Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Violet. And I'm Ruby.
And today we're taking a look at a game called Catan, the game. Not sure why the words the game are in there as opposed to Catan, whatever. There is Catan, the movie coming out. But anyhow, this is 30 years since The Settlers of Catan was designed by Klaus in the 90s. It's one of the most widely known games in existence. And somehow, Ruby and Violet have never played it.
Yeah, no.
Well, to be fair, they're, a couple decades behind in this, and they're playing all the new stuff instead of the classics. Well, the 6th edition of Catan has just come out, which changes, really nothing, some artwork and some other stuff. And I thought, let's see what they think of this game that they've never played before. If you've never played it before, here's a quick refresher as to how it plays. In Catan, a bunch of hexes are randomly placed here. Each of these hexes is going to produce one of 5 different resources: wood, sheep, and grain, and bricks and stone. And players are going to place out one of these settlements here, as well as one road. And you'll take turns placing them out. And the numbers are put out on the board sort of in a pattern sort of way. They have letters on the back to help you decide where they go. Once everyone has done that, everyone will get some starting resources, and then the game begins. On a player's turn, they're going to roll 2 dice. In this case, I've rolled a 3, so any hex with 3 will activate. So here we have 2 hexes with 3. This hex, because red has a settlement there, is going to give them 1 wood. This hex, because it has 2 orange settlements there, will give 2 sheep, 2 wool to the orange player. And it doesn't matter if it's your turn or not, you will get these. If a 7 is rolled, 2 things happen. When a 7 is rolled, the robber is taken by the player whose turn it is and will place it covering up a number so that number doesn't produce, and they will also steal 1 card randomly from one of the players upon whose hex it is there. The robber must move to another hex when moving it. After this is done, players may trade with the person whose turn it is. And you can trade anything you want. I could say, I'll give you a brick if you give me a sheep. I'll give you 2 wood for 1 grain. It's up to you, and players can go back and forth as long as it's with the active player. Players can also turn in 4 of the same good. If I have 4 brick, I can turn it in for 1 sheep. However, you can upgrade that if you have a settlement next to one of these. This shipping yard lets me turn in 2 stone for 1 of anything. And this one here lets me turn in any 3 for 1 of anything. After the trading is finished, if it even happens at all, the player whose turn it is may build if they want to. There are 4 things you can build. You can pay a brick and a wood to build another road. You can pay these 4 things to build another settlement. These things to upgrade a settlement. 2, a city, if you want to. And then you can also buy a development card from the deck here. A couple things of note. Once somebody has 3 or more roads, that person will take the longest route card, which they will keep until someone builds a longer road system. And these development cards, you want to buy them because some of them are worth a victory point at the end of the game. Some of them let you do something, like this Monopoly card lets you take resources from other players, take any 2 cards you want. Many of them are knights. On your turn, you can play a knight to move the robber to another spot, stealing something just as if you rolled a 7. And once someone has 3 or more knights, they'll take the largest army, although that can be taken from you if someone has more knights. The whole point of the game is to be the first player to get to 10 victory points. Each settlement's worth 1, so players all start with 2 points. The city is 2 points, so right now the white player has 3 points. Each of these cards are worth 2 points, and like I said, there are some victory point cards in here. So once someone gets to 10 points, they win. One last thing. Hoarding cards can be kind of risky because whenever a 7 is rolled, not only does someone move the robber, any player with more than 7 cards discards half of their cards to the supply. And that's how you play Catan. Okay, let's get into this here. Catan, a game in which you are getting resources, rolling dice, and I'm just curious, before we played it, you've heard of it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, mostly just from you though, like
Yeah.
saying how have you guys never played this super popular game before?
I mean, I have heard of it online, but only like once.
Okay. Well, it is very popular. It sold millions of copies, but that's fine.
Yeah.
When
Any
we-
board game being mentioned at all, like on the internet, is like
Monopoly.
wow.
Definitely Monopoly.
Especially if it's not a party game.
Okay, your internet anyway.
Obviously.
You said the internet. Anyhow, what do you think about? Okay, so the game, does it feel different than other games?
I mean, sort of. I think like building roads and getting resources, that's definitely something like the way you receive the resources. I don't really
Yeah.
see that in many other games.
All right, so rolling the dice and getting resources. Did you like that mechanism?
I mean, it was.
I mean, I thought it was unique and it was definitely cool. It just kind of felt frustrating if you were to sit there for like 3 rounds straight and
Yeah.
get nothing just because of bad luck.
yeah, just because it's unique doesn't mean it's awesome.
Well, I mean, some people play with a deck of cards instead of rolling the dice. So the deck of cards has 2 through 36 on it and the exact amount. So like there's 6 7s in the deck. There's 5 8s and 5.
That doesn't really change that
Sixes.
much, other than you have to shuffle.
No,
the
Ruby,
deck.
it gives you at least a guarantee that your number will be
Oh,
caught up
yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, I think I would like that better then.
But don't you like rolling dice though?
No.
Okay, what about the robber?
I hated the robber. Okay, it was like a good input in the game. It just felt so annoying when it was sitting there
Well,
on
it was
my
your
turf.
fault that all 3 of you put your houses next to the same spot. That
Well,
was
it's a
nowhere
good
near
number.
me. Yeah, what number was it?
I don't
8?
remember.
Oh,
6 or
I'm
8.
sorry, Ruby. I wasn't busy building a wall to block everyone off from half the board.
I really feel bad for Mommy. She couldn't do anything.
Yeah, well, you didn't seem to feel that bad during the game. Well, okay, so that's the thing, right? In this game, there's definitely going to be interaction with other players. It's not a game where you're working on your own thing. You're trading with other people or not trading with them and then sending the robber at them. Did you like the trading part?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like,
That was really fun, yeah. And it was,
especially being like, oh, hey, I know they offer you this, but I can offer you this. Although half the time you get to take their offers without, like, persuading other people to giving you more. Found that weird.
Okay, so overall, I play Catan for a long time, and my rating of Catan is pretty low, actually. I give it a 5. And so playing it with these guys for the first time, seeing them react to it, I was like, this is an amazing game. I have to applaud Catan. It's a game that anybody can play and get into. The reason I don't like it that much, besides the rolling of the dice, sometimes just doesn't go your way, is that every game of Catan I've ever played, it seems, and maybe I'm wrong, but almost every game, somebody is just absolutely destroyed. In the last game we played, it was my wife who got destroyed, and no one felt any sympathy for her because she destroys everybody else in other games like Ticket to Ride and such.
Yeah, and she's like really
yeah.
mean about it.
And
She'll
this
laugh in
game
your face.
reminded me of Ticket to Ride, so it was like really rubbing it in. I was like,
Right, but it's not fun to be that player whose roads get cut off, whose numbers never get rolled, and when you finally get some stuff, someone puts the robber on you and steals a resource from you. And so that's why I don't love the game. I don't enjoy it. But I will say, objectively, I think this is a game a lot of people are going to like. But I'm curious what you all think of the game. So, what about you?
No. Well, as you said about the robber, it was kind of annoying, especially if the robber would end up on your tile around the beginning of the game where you only have like a few numbers to choose from. So like losing like a vital number that's like very common to end up in rolls would just be really detrimental, and you'd just be sitting there for rounds without receiving any sort of like resource for building.
Yeah, I think some people play that until someone gets to a certain number of points, the robber doesn't go on a number. I've not played that, so I don't know.
Well, it wasn't in this game, so.
Okay, what about you?
I think the robber. I don't know how to feel. I thought it was neat, but as like a game mechanism. But yeah, it was really frustrating.
Well, you can buy cards, and usually cards are knights, and you can send the robber away with those.
Oh, yeah. Another thing about the cards. There's only like what 3, and one of them is points. Another one is ruin everyone's lives. And another one is ruin everyone's lives, but more.
Okay, well, I don't know that that's 100% true. There's like 7 or 8 different cards, but
Really? We only ever saw
most
like
of them
3.
are knights. Most of them are knights. Some give you free resources or free roads. Then I just think you didn't see when we played them. And then there's the Monopoly, which is take all the cards of one resource from other people.
Yeah.
And then there's points.
Took all my wheat.
I thought the docks were cool, like being able to like trade in
Oh,
resources.
yeah, I
Unfortunately,
forgot
though, because I wasn't able to obtain that many resources, and I wasn't focusing on the docks, I never actually reached a dock and then built a settlement there so that I could, trade less resources for the resource I want. Instead, I was hoping that the robber wouldn't steal half my cards. So I waited to trade 4 cards for a random resource.
It's annoying when you have to lose half your cards, huh?
Oh yeah, it's literally horrible. They rolled like 3 7s in a row. I don't understand.
Okay.
No one could get anything. It just was stealing from other people.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes. All right, so what would your final rating of the game be?
Well, even though I have like many complaints, I still found the game enjoyable. So I would give it like a 7. I thought it was like a really fun game, and it was just like enjoyable playing with other people. I guess like even if it was kind of annoying, it was just like as long as you play with people who are like a good sport about losing all their stuff, it's just really fun to play.
All right.
I would also give it a 7. I might have ranked it lower if I was the one being destroyed like Mommy was. But I don't know. I thought it was fun. Getting resources was really annoying at first, but over time it got a lot easier. And like every time I got rolled, I was like, "Yay!"
Because you got half the board because you blocked off it from other people.
Whatever. That's not the point, but it's a lot of fun.
All right,
I
well-
think it'd be more fun if the board was bigger.
Well, that's what we're going to do. So this is our review of Catan, and we're going to come back with we'll play Seafarers next, the expansion with the going out with ships and such, and see if you guys like that better. Well, there you go, folks. That's Catan. 30 years later. If you're watching this in the future, maybe it's 30 years in the past. I don't know. Hey, everyone in 2055, I'm dead. Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Violet.
and I'm Ruby.
See you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.